So I'm going to be watching this episode, season 3, episode 6 of Sound Euphonium, and after I watch this, I'm going to be watching the Mushoku Tensei new episode, right? And like that's not normally what I do, right? I record this first and then I record Mushoku Tensei. But I'm nervous today, so I'm hoping that today's episode of Sound Euphonium isn't too intense. I'm hoping for a nice slice of lifey, cute thing that will make my heart be warm. Because, I mean, no spoilers on Mushoku Tensei, but based on something, I think the Mushoku Tensei episode might be kind of intense. And so I need to prepare myself for it. But let's relax, okay? Let's just enjoy this episode. Hopefully this isn't an episode of everyone crying and breaking up and everything going horribly, you know? I'm okay with crying in this episode, but if I do cry, let it be of happiness. Let it be because I'm so overjoyed. So, Sound Euphonium Season 3, Episode 6. Beautiful show, brilliant everything. There's not much I need to say about this show. We're just going to jump right into it. Make sure to support the channel if you can. I'm a small channel, so every little bit helps me out a lot. Liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel, and I got a Patreon account, which is in the description below, that has the full-length reactions, as well as so much extra content for both this channel and my Gen Watches One Piece channel. So go do all of that, check it out, comment down below what you thought about the episode and what you thought about my reaction. But yeah, let's jump into this Season 3, Episode 6 of Sound Euphonium.
幹部が愚痴言えるのもここだけだから本当修学旅行のも見たいです
I want to see too. Aww.
よく撮れてないごめんフィルムだから焼き増しはするよそういえばまゆ先輩全然映ってない
Yeah. That's what I was sad about as well.
あんまり自分が写真写るの好きじゃない
I understand, but we want to immortalize you there. Wavering Dissonance. Yeah, that could be a title that it could be bad. It could be like Mayu being more separated from the group.
3連符が噛み合っていません。
そこからピッチのズレを感じられるようになっていかなきゃね
Damn, knowledgeable.
全然できる気しない安いとか知るだけで違うよ
You'll get used to it over time.
先輩方ってかほちゃんも頑張って
Aww.
本当ですか
These are essential skills, kanade.
来るなんて器が大きい黒とかバチバチらしいですよ一年にうまい子入ってきたとかでだよね
Oh, Mayu, it's okay. Just try your hardest.
私辞退した方がいいんじゃない
Just
かな
try.
ソリだってあるし
We need
もし
all we can
私が
get.
選ばれて誰かが外れることになったら
We're in this to
申
win
し訳ないというか
nationals.
ご自身は必ずオーディションで選ばれてしまうただ
Oh, looking directly at
め
Kumiko.
いちゃん下打ちでずっと吹いてきた人を押しのけて私が吹くのは申し訳ないって意味なんだけど
She's looking right at you like,
一理あるのはわかります
I'm gonna replace you.
特に部長がコンクール部全体としてもかなでちゃん
Yeah. That's a good time to stop kanade.
私が選ばれて嬉しい人なんて本当にいるのかな
I mean, I would be.
いるよ
I understand what Mayu's worried about.
だから一番うまい人で挑む
The truth is, I can't think of anyone who would be happy if Mayu got it.
最善だと思うごめんそうですよ久美子先輩は去年もオーディションで手を抜く
That's true. I was waiting for someone to bring that up, or kanade to bring that up. Yeah, I was waiting because the entire time I was thinking, kanade tried to throw the audition last year. Why aren't we mentioning that? But now we did.
第3音は少し低め、第5音は気持ち高めに吹くと澄んだハーモニーになります。意
Reina's
識してください。
group it must be pretty intense. Much less fun than Kumiko's group. Like,
今
fun
言
is
った
in,
ばかりでしょ。
you know,
もっとしっ
enjoyable.
かり聞いて。
If you love working hard, I'm sure it would be great.
言われないと思うだったらオンラインにしちゃえばまたか レーナにも言われてる
You
の。
can't escape it.
でも
Just
レ
go
ーナ
to
みたいに
music
プロに
school
なりた
so
いって
people stop
思ってる
asking.
わけじゃないし。
理想ではあるけど、音楽に関わる仕事には
Hmm.
就き
You
たいと
don't have it all
思って。
planned out yet, but the music area.
で音楽全部やめちゃう方が怖くない？
Hmm.
それは
That's a good point.
そこまで考えたことなかったかも。
Do you want to just give up music all
自分が
at
ど
all
の
at
くらい音楽
once?
好きか。こうして時は瞬く間に過ぎ、
Okay, audition
オー
now.
ディション当日を迎えた。
Oh shit! I feel like Mayu's gonna get the part.
間違っちゃったし、特にあの軍曹先生、じーっとこっちの指元見てるし。遅れないようにね。緊張してきた。それはやってみないと。
Yeah, try your hardest now.
でも先輩方、
Don't think of this as practice. This is a real deal. I'm so nervous, actually. I'm starting to get
ないよ。
chills,
本当ですか？
goosebumps.
はいそこまで
I feel like Kanade's slipping a bit, maybe.
お待たせしました、クロエ先輩。どうぞ。
Okay. Oh,
行ってくるね。
try your hardest, Mayu. I want her to try her
どうするん
hardest.
でしょうね
I feel like
クロエ先輩わざと下手に吹いて落ちる
I
よう
feel
に
like
することも
Kanade is not gonna
でき
get
ま
it.
すしね。上手ですね。
Yeah, sounds like she's trying.
いつも通りの綺麗な音色が響いたことに。
では
Oh, I'm nervous.
はい。
I'm so genuinely nervous.
そしてなぜか
Uh-oh.
気合が入った。
Oh, okay.
今年が
Oh.
最後なんだ。
Oh. This is exciting. I feel like she's gonna do well after that. After being
去年
motivated.
までと違い
We got
大
it!
会ごとにオーディションを行いますので
Oh.
では、不大会のメンバーを発表する。呼ばれた者は返事をするように。
Oh.
3年、高坂玲
Big
奈。
shock. Yeah, yeah, we know. of
2
course.
年、トロンボーン。3年、塚本修一。
Yep, Shuichi made it. Cool.
次、ユーフォニアム。
Uh huh.
3年、大前久美子。
Kumiko,
黒江真由。
Mayu,
2年、久石かなで。
and Kanade.
以上3名。
Okay.
次、チューバ。
Okay. So it sounds like all three of them made it.
はい。
Oh, Hazuki!
鎌谷すずめ。
Oh! Whoa! Great
以上
job!
3名。次、コントラバス。
Oh. Cool.
では、続いてそのメンバーを発表する。
あずきちゃんやりましたね。
I'm so proud of you, Hazuki.
ありがとう。やっとコンクールで吹けるよ。
Yeah, that's amazing.
なのにコンクールメンバーなんて
And she made it as well. That's incredible. Yeah, and this girl didn't.
後輩
I've forgotten what her name is.
まだ。これからこれから。
Oh.
久美子先輩、私と久美子ちゃんの2人だけだったらどうしようって思ったの。この編成だと UFO は2人くらいかなって思って
Yeah,
た
that's
から。
great. It's good that you tried your
つまり
hardest.
私が音上で選ばれた。
頑張ってね。はい。
Aww.
私はもう先輩たちの演奏を聞くだけで十分って気持ちですけど。
Such sweet characters, man.
さつきが落ちる理由がわかりません。
答えにくい質問するね。
Oh.
私
So
も
Kumiko was
意外
kind
だ
of
とは
thinking it too.
思ったどうすればいい演奏になるか考えてると思う。私はそんな
Is
判
he
断を
maybe
信
doing
じ
it
る
to
べきだと
motivate people? Maybe motivating
わかりました。
Kamiya and motivating
コン
Satsuki?
クールを前にそれは覚えておいてほしいんです。
True.
後輩はすごく貴重なんだよ。また気になることがあったら話してね。
You are an excellent president. It's
大
incredible.
会ごとにオーディション
Everything
が
she says is
その
perfect.
度に
Hibike. Man, people bother her here a lot.
Mayu-chan.
I guess mostly Mayu.
違う違う。ただ素敵な UFO の音が聞こえたから久美子ちゃんかなと思って。何の曲？今吹いてた曲。
It's the titular
教
song.
える。
ごめん。邪魔だったよね。私も練習してくる。
No, 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 let's talk. Her hair waving away. Kumiko does need to open up a little
失礼
more.
します
She's a great president. Now she needs to
帰り
be
ました。
like better to herself.
大丈夫だと思います
Allow herself to be more honest.
ど
オーディションのことなんですけど
You're gonna ask why
Ah.
Satsuki failed?
松本先生音量は素晴らしい、全体のバランスを考えると彼女の音は魅力的だと感じました、ですが限られた人数で演奏を行うとき
She complements the band a bit better because of her
高
style.
音域など難しいところは
すみません
UFO のソリ楽しみ
I feel like Taki loves Kumiko. Like,
久美子
I feel like he respects her so much.
レナ大会に向けての相談とか
それは問題ないでしょう。ひとまずソリ
Oh, look how excited she is.
私たち二人で吹きたいと思ってる。
Ah,
そうすれ
Raina's
ば
day
絶
has
対
been
全国
made.
金取れると確信している。
北氏ファイト
Oops. I tried to lift my fist and I punched my microphone. Great episode. Made me very nervous. I was nervous. I was scared, but it was a great episode nonetheless. So yeah, I mean, they honestly did some pretty like clever misdirection in this episode. I mean, they were setting up, and I mean, I think they're setting this up for sort of future plot lines as well and future character development. But they were setting it up this whole time with like, oh, Mayu is, you know, kind of going through the same sorts of things that Kanade was going through in the brand new Promise movie, right? And so, you know, she might either drop out or she might get the part and Kumiko won't, or Kanade might not get the part. Like, they did it with a few different ways. They had her saying she was gonna drop out. They showed comparisons to the Kanade stuff. They flash back to like Kumiko thinking like, what would I do if she like kicked it out, like, you know, through the audition this time, you know. They had like Mayu basically say all of this stuff staring directly at Kumiko, like implying like you might not make it. They had the thing where Kanade like played her little thing and both Kumiko and Mayu noticed there was like something a little wrong with it, you know. So it's like there was sort of implication that all three of them could fail at different points, and then instead Satsuki fails, like, and that's like someone who, I mean, they showed her like several times during the episode, and this was really cleverly done. I really like the way they did it, but they showed her several times through the episode be the one to be teaching Kamiya different stuff and like acting as a mentor for her, and so it was very clear like that Kamiya is sort of stumbling through it a little bit. She's working at it, but she's still stumbling through it, and that Satsuki is, you know, quite seasoned at this point and she kind of knows what she's doing. So we saw that several times throughout the episode, but I didn't think those two storylines were related. You know, I didn't think that they would intersect like that, but that's really clever. So we still have the sort of Kumiko having those like doubts about decisions on who was being chosen and stuff, but it's not directly related to her. It's like an adjacent thing, and that kind of makes the stakes a little bit different. So I really like that. And my initial thought was maybe Satsuki was failed and Kamiya was chosen because Taki thought, you know, because we're doing auditions for each thing, we can pass with this group here. But then when it matters with the nationals, if I'm understanding it correctly, when it matters with the nationals, when we redo our auditions, if this was the arrangement this time, then Kamiya is going to play better because she now has had that sort of feeling of success. She knows what it feels like to succeed, and so she knows that that she will she like has the potential to do it, and so she's gonna work a lot harder to try to keep that spot. And Satsuki will probably get more motivation because she knows not to get complacent, even if she thinks she's better than her peers or whatever. She needs to be even better than that. She can't just stop. Like if Kamiya is like 60% good, she can't stop at 65, you know? Like even though she thinks, oh, that's gonna get me the win, like you gotta keep going up, baby. You gotta keep improving yourself no matter what. Don't look at the people around you. You improve yourself to the best of your abilities. So that was my original theory for why Taki was doing it, and I think that still could be a part of it. Like that might be something that's going unsaid for Taki. And so like I still think that's a pretty good theory. I'm kind of happy and proud of that interpretation of the characters because I think that would motivate them. But what he said when he was talking to Kumiko also kind of makes sense. Which, if I'm understanding correctly, was sort of like, here is something that, you know, she's clumsy, but her sound does sort of work for what we need. And so she's not a better player, but the way she plays happens to be better for us, you know? Like, if it was like, oh, we have, you know, like, there's A, B, and C, which are all, like, skills that we have, and Satsuki has, like, 90A, 95B, and 60C, while Kamiya has, like, 60A, 60B, 80C, you know? Like, that like Satsuki has better skill overall. If you add those numbers up, it's way more, you know? But the C is what our band maybe needs more right now. So it's like the better player didn't get it, but she just happens to be right for the band. I don't know, but I also think it's interesting when I can't remember her name, but the girl said to Kumiko, like, you have this reverence, you have this respect for Taki sensei because you've been with him this whole time, you know how he works and stuff. The people who are new to the school, the first and second years, they don't have that same level of understanding and respect and trust for him. So for them, this is much more frustrating. Like, keep that in mind when going forward, because they might not understand it, and it might not be motivation for them, you know? They might just think they're being screwed over by the teacher, which is understandable. So I really like that. But Hazuki made it. That's so awesome. I mean, like, that's we're kind of burying the lead a little bit there, because Hazuki has been working so hard. I feel bad because Hazuki, I was just kind of watching that scene expecting she wasn't going to make it. It wasn't even on my mind that she would make it, you know? And then it happened, and it's so cute. Like, she seemed so excited about it. She worked so hard after all this time. Oh, man. That's so good. I love that a lot. And the other thing about this episode, just like watching it, I want to hear Taki talking to people about Kumiko. Just like about what she thinks about Kumiko, about like the respect he has for her or something, because Taki is a very hard to read dude. I think that's a big aspect of his character, is that he's very difficult to read. He's pretty honest overall. He says what he means, but he says very little as well. You know, he will say what he means, but he sometimes things he feels he doesn't say. He just doesn't say anything. So generally, if he speaks, what's coming out of his mouth is going to be true, but he doesn't speak a lot. So because of that, there's situations like Kumiko and Taki talking where, like, I can see Taki, like, smiling at her and sort of respecting everything she's saying very heavily. That makes me think he respects the shit out of her and like, is so proud of her for how much she stepped up and for the decisions she's making. And I feel like Kumiko doesn't know that, because Kumiko is always scared that she's not doing everything right, you know? She's got a lot on her plate, and it's understandable. And she doesn't give herself the respect she needs. So I don't know. I just want a scene of Taki praising her, but not even necessarily directly to her face, although to her face will be nice as well. But just like some sort of praise for her, inadvertently, him talking to someone else, you know. She walks out of the room and he looks at a teacher and goes like, that is the most brilliant president I've ever seen, or something, you know. I don't know what I want. I feel like she deserves some love, even if it's not within earshot of her. So yeah, anyway, that was Sound Euphonium Season 3, Episode 6. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction, as well as so much extra content for this channel and my Gent Watches One Piece channel. Leave your comments down below on what you thought of the episode, on what you thought of my reaction, on your interpretations of these characters. I love reading them. I read them, I promise. Go leave them down below. But thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.